all my friends and everyone who is watching us live. Today we are live. And basically, yesterday, I told you that I was going to watch Ishow Speed in Jamaica. And it was a very good moment, him going live in Jamaica. He has been doing his Caribbean tour. And Ishow Speed tour in Jamaica was really awesome. I don't know what's your take, ladies and gentlemen. So today I want us to look at, the Ishow Speed, tour in Jamaica. What are some of the things that made you happy with this young man, because he's a streamer who has been promoting different parts of the world. And recently he came to Africa, promoted African countries. And now yesterday he was in Jamaica, in Africa is yesterday, So ladies and gentlemen, today I just want to discuss some of the things that I loved in Ishow Speed tour, things that I was waiting for you. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome. How are you doing? How is everything? I was waiting for your comment. I'm here. So, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, like I started with the live, Ishow Speed landed in Jamaica and he did like a 6-hour tour, in the Caribbean island nation that is Jamaica. And a lot of things happened, I followed it. Grand Rising, Wagwan, my friend. I miss you, my best friend. My best friend, I miss you too, man. Yeah, say hi, welcome. So today we are discussing Ishow Speed tour in Jamaica. What's your take? Put it in the comment section. What do you think? What stood out for you? Because I enjoyed the live. It was 6 hours. It was like around like 6 hours, right? Yeah, 6 hours and 12 minutes, And I really enjoyed it. I don't know how you felt it and how did you see it. Like this lady, there is a lady here, very beautiful lady. I made to understand she's a former Miss World in Jamaica. I love how this lady, hope my voice is clear. I love how this lady was taking Ishow Speed around Jamaica and the way she was active. That Jamaican lady really caught my eye, and the way she was taking Ishow Speed through. That was the Emancipation Park, Yeah, they met at the Emancipation Park, and the way he was taking Speed around Jamaica, that was awesome. There is a point whereby Speed met, it's called Kumina dance. There is a dance in Jamaica called Kumina. It's similar to the way Africans are dancing. Oh man, that was awesome. At that point, I felt, Africans in Jamaica, the time Speed was dancing the Kumina dance. Yeah, man. Somebody saying everything stood out. We win in the Caribbean tour. Oh, so the Caribbean tour is Jamaica that won. Yeah, somebody saying in the comment section that everything stood out. We win in the Caribbean tour. Yeah. Yes, she is Yandy Phillips, Miss World. Oh, yeah, because I had her telling Ishow Speed that she's former Miss World, right? Yandy Phillips. I even went and followed her on Instagram. Yeah, man. Miss Universe Jamaica. Yeah. Miss Universe Jamaica and second runner-up in the Miss Universe World. Yeah. Good morning from Jamaica. What is the time in Jamaica? Somebody just told me good morning in Jamaica. Right now in Africa is 3:30 p.m. Do we say 3:30 or 3:30? It depends with the pronunciation. 3:30 in Africa. 7:30 a.m. Oh, it's morning, man. Sorry for starting a live very early in the morning, man. Yeah, 7:30 in Jamaica. Long time, my brother. Yeah, today I'm doing live Ishow Speed in Jamaica, the Caribbean tour. And many people in the comment sections have said that Jamaica won in the Caribbean. And I started by saying there is that beautiful lady who was taking Ishow Speed through the Emancipation Park before she handed him over to the other guy with the dreadlocks, And this lady was full of vibe, the way she was talking to Ishow Speed. I don't know if you guys saw that, man. It was awesome, And her having the, the t-shirt and all Ishow Speeds, the color, they were matching. We number one. So Jamaica number one. Trinidad vex with us. We number one, our food and culture beats Trinidad, vex with us. Yeah, man. I saw Ishow Speed saying that Jamaican KFC was good. I don't know if you guys saw him the time he went to the KFC and he found his father. And yesterday you told me that his father's has got some Jamaican heritage, you know, and there is a passport his father removed. Is that a Jamaican passport? They were saying that his father has gotten a passport after 50 years because his father, Ishow Speed, his father surprised him in Jamaica. Then they went to KFC. That was one of the best part, you know. And then he was enjoying KFC. Then he went back. Oh, sorry, there's a problem, some connection.
Yendi says so. And Yendi, by the way.
All right. So there's a time they went with the American. Oh, that was American passport. Oh yeah. But why was he showing him that passport in Jamaica? I thought, so that is American passport. All right. Did you hear Bob Marley granddaughter pay respect to Kenya and the? Yeah. I saw that. In fact, Speed was shocked. You know, Speed was talking to that lady. You remember when he went to the Bob Marley's museum, right? And then these two gentlemen, the Bob Marley grandsons, also allowed the granddaughter to take Speed around. Then when that lady introduced herself as granddaughter, you know, Speed couldn't believe, you know, because Bob Marley is famous. And so he was talking to this lady, and now this lady says, I'm actually Bob Marley's granddaughter. So it was awesome. I saw the expression on his face. It was marvelous. Yeah, his father is American. Yeah. I know his father is American, but I heard his father's got Jamaican heritage. Yeah, his father's got some Jamaican heritage, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about Kumina, the Jamaican dance, you know, in Kumina. And it's more, you know, like as an African, I can feel it. I can see the African in that dance. And at that point, I was really taken aback, man. It was emotional, you know, seeing Jamaican people have also kept their African heritage. That was also one of the best parts. I loved it. How they were dancing, the ladies, the men. Like as an African, I can feel those moves, man. I wish I was there, man. I really wish I was there. Yeah, his father, mother's, oh, now I get, and even somebody, so the mother, so basically, Ishow Speed's grandmother is a Jamaican from the father side, right? Okay. His father, mother, all right. Yeah, man. So what can you say about Kumina dance? There is a dance in Jamaica called Kumina dance, and it's more of African, you know, of African heritage. I made to understand. Yeah. It's like a Jamaican tradition, right? But it was inherited from Africa. I made to understand that, right? So I really enjoyed that part. Then there is Popcorn. Did you see Ishow Speed with Popcorn, man? I loved the way Popcorn is proud to be a Jamaican and is proud of the patois. You know, like he was not like trying to speak what we call the standard English, you know, like he was speaking, you know, standard English and patois. And there's a time Speed is saying he doesn't understand. And Popcorn tells him, yeah, you have to try and learn some patois. So I love that part, you know, like Popcorn told him, you've got to learn patois as a language. This is a Jamaican language, you know, just like Miss Lou. She wanted Jamaicans to be proud of, you know, patois. And Popcorn was not trying to like, please Speed, you know, it is you to listen to me. So if you want to listen to me, because Speed was saying he could not listen to me clearly. So he told him, if you want to listen to me clearly, you learn some patois. Yeah, man. Yeah, Kumina is our ancestors' spiritual dance. Wow. Kumina is the ancestors' spiritual dance. That was powerful and it was good, man. So I am saying as an African, seeing Kumina dance, I can really relate with it, you know, easily. Yeah, man. Sean Paul. I saw Sean Paul with Ishow Speed. Ishow Speed. I like the drone show also. Oh, the drone show at the last part, right? Yeah, that is a part. I don't know if I can get it, man. That was it was one of the best. It was like in the last part, right? When they were watching and there was like a drone up. Yeah, I also love that part. Yeah, there's the drone part. It was the last part. You know? Yeah, the drone part. And Jamaica did a wonderful thing because they surprised Ishow Speed and the mother and the father over there, man. So that last part was marvelous. Yeah, man. I don't know if I can get it. There's the drone part. The last part of the show. Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, I think we're almost getting it. The last part, the drone part with the dad. So, ladies and gentlemen, what about the part where Ishow Speed was with Beenie Man? He had a lot of celebrity in. Yeah. I like the drone show. He had a lot of celebrity in. Yeah. And I love how Jamaican celebrity came together, you know, to welcome Ishow Speed to their country. Because, you know, welcoming him in the country is also, you know, providing like a promotion. What you have to understand, he's got over 50 million subscribers and a lot of people are following him. So him coming to your country, you know, is also giving, you know, like a coverage for tourism. So that was very great, you know. I watched at work till I left and was still watching it on the train until I reached home. Yeah, man, it was 6 hours. The stream was 6 hours. So there's a Jamaican who is saying he was watching Ishow Speed from work. Hope you are not caught at work, man. Yeah, we're not going to reveal your name because maybe your boss is watching. And the boss might be, you're watching it, Ishow Speed at work. So when you came back home, you found the live still going on. It was 6 hours, right? Blessings, African Walk. Yeah, man. Blessings to you. Norman FL. I know you, man. I'm always ready for your comments. No, you work for the school bus. All right. So there is a point that really made me laugh. I don't know if you guys, it was my first live watch in history. Oh, that was the first live watch in history. And is there any person here on live that didn't know who Ishow Speed is? Because I understand that people don't know Ishow Speed, right? And if you are new to Ishow Speed, you might think he's joking, but that is his own personality. That's how he does his things, you know. He's always here and there. He's a streamer who also loves jokes and, you know, is very hyper. I was watching on my phone until I reached home and switched to the TV to watch it. All right, that was good. It was my first live. So there is a point Ishow Speed was with Beenie Man. And that point really made me to laugh. You know, there is this famous Beenie Man song, who got the key to my Beamer, you know. So Beenie Man comes Beenie Man comes with the key, you know. He comes to the key, like there is somebody who gave Speed the key. And so Beenie Man is asking him, you've got the key to my Beamer, you know, the BMW. But Speed could not understand the joke in age, you know. Yeah, but maybe he didn't know. He didn't even know it was Beenie Man. Yeah. Speed didn't know it was Beenie Man. But I made to understand also Speed was born in 2005, you know. So we've got, like, he's a Gen Z, very young man. Yeah. He didn't know it was Beenie Man. And there is Beenie Man song that he was singing all along, even when he landed in Emancipation Park, you know. The song he was singing was Beenie Man song. And he didn't know that he was singing Beenie Man song, you know. And there is a time Speed had to ask Beenie Man, you know. He was shocked to find out that Beenie Man was the one who sang that song, you know. And them doing a freestyle in Beenie Man's car was good, you know. So Jamaican celebrity also represented Jamaica very well, you know. And it showed a very good thing, especially if somebody comes to a country, you know, the reception. I saw the minister is still a young man. Speed is a young man. Ram and Red Bull, Ram and Red Bull song. Speed was singing it. Then there's a time they're in the car and he's like, are you the one who sang this song? Like he's shocked, So it's something sweet to meet a celebrity that you've been admiring. You just know the voice, but we've never met him in person. There is a time also Speed went to the National Stadium. That shows how, Jamaicans are invested in, track and field. And he tried competing. I think he lost, right? And he was and he was complaining about his team member. He's saying his team member like gave him the baton late. Yeah. The chat told him that's the guy that you saw from the comment section, people told him that is Miniman. All right, I get it. Then what do you think of the Jamaican Spider-Man? The person who's doing backflip with Ishow Speed. I think the Jamaican guy won. Did you guys saw that? Let's be honest. Because Speed is known to, like, one of the famous things he does is backflipping. There is this Jamaican man who was putting it was like a Spider-Man, but he was putting Jamaican colors. He came when he had covered his face, That guy did, somebody has said Spider-Man humbled Speed. For real, that guy, because if you look at his styles, there's a time he took one of his leg and put he took two of his leg and he put on the shoulder, on the neck, and like they were doing like a challenge. So he does this and Speed should do, or Speed, you show me your challenge and I show you mine. But that Jamaican won. If even Speed had to grade him, that guy was great. Hopefully he got some attention. I don't know if he's a very famous person in Jamaica, but having done that, if you can use that opportunity well, beating Speed, you're also like on top of the game. Because what I've also realized, some of these opportunities, people should also take advantage of them. So that young man really humbled Speed, and you saw Speed is someone who doesn't give up, But the stunts the Jamaican was doing was so great. Like you must have trained for you to do them. So that guy was good. The Spider-Man. Wow, the Spider-Man did well. Yes, another man saying, I heard someone say he deserves a spot in the movie. Right. He beat Speed. Yeah, true. He beat Speed. He's the Jamaican Spider. Yeah. Even Speed said that from today, if you're not Jamaican Spider-Man, I give you that name, the Jamaican Spider-Man. So that man can get a role in movie. Yeah. So this opportunity also showcased the young talents, and hopefully he's gonna get a role, even adverts in Jamaica, because what he did, there is a person in Ethiopia. When Speed went to Ethiopia, he was a lookalike to Speed. Right now, he's earning a lot of money and doing advertisement in Ethiopia. He used that fame, Even Speed used Ronaldo, for those of us who've been following Speed, So people should take advantage of such kind of opportunity. So the Jamaican Spider-Man should really take advantage of that opportunity. Yeah, man. Africa no walk. You have to understand Jamaica. Spider-Man wasn't going to lose. Let me read that comment. Africa no walk. You have to understand Jamaica. Spider-Man wasn't going to lose to Speed. We love to win. I get you. So that was basically that was a Jamaican spirit, right? Like you can't allow to lose. Like you can't accept losing. Like losing, should we say in the Jamaican dictionary, losing, the word losing is not present. So like in Jamaica, you don't have the word losing. It's only win. All right. The Jamaican Spider-Man is just getting a lot of attention in recent time. Man, that's nice. And I think also him taking the advantage, Yeah, sometimes, if you're given a big platform, take advantage of that. So I love how he took advantage, because if he didn't take that advantage to a humble Speed, people wouldn't notice, because Speed is already known. So you've got to ensure that you've taken that advantage and you humble him. And if you're keen, it is Speed who gave up. I don't know, because let me tell you something, how this thing also works. you know, somebody like Speed is being watched all over the world. There's a lot of adverts there. We've got a lot of brands that are using Speed. So sometimes these brands want you to give that image that you're always the best, you know, to give that image that you're always the best. So being humble for too long with the Jamaican, maybe he felt he would have lost some brands because you saw him giving up, because the Jamaican was going to humble him further, you know, because the Jamaican was doing a stunt and telling him, try it, you know, like putting one leg here and also walking like a Spider-Man, and, you know, also doing the 360. So that the Jamaican Spider-Man did a very good work, you know. Even me now, I've come to know him, you know. Yeah, man. All right. So true, African Walk. That's true. Then I loved Speed being in downtown Kingston, you know. Downtown Kingston remind me of, you know, like even in Nairobi, there's some places you go and you'll find like a lot of people, you know, you find people, you feel home. I love how he was interacting with people in downtown. Even there is a lady that was selling parties. There's a lady who was selling some parties, and, you know, she had them in like in a polythene bag. And she even told Speed, come on, man, Speed, you've got to try. And Speed tried the parties. In fact, the parties were in his pocket. Even when they're doing like a backflip with the Jamaican Spider-Man, if you're keen, you saw him still getting some pieces of the party. Yeah. Downtown Kingston was lit. Yeah. Downtown Kingston was lit. Yeah, Spider-Man have millions of followers on Instagram and TikTok. Jamaican. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely follow him. Yeah. And if you can also continue to use that opportunity, you know, because already now he's showcased to the world who he is. So don't be surprised. He might even get some roles in movies. I know he has the Jamaican spirit. Let him take that advantage now. You know, that was his breakthrough, because Speed has got, like so far, let's see, how many views? So far we have 3.1 million views, you see? It's 3.1 million views 18 hours ago. So now 3.1 million people have viewed him. And these are views all over the world. And still they're gonna view this video. So the Jamaican Spider-Man, he can get a lot of roles, trust me. And also, you know, Jamaicans overseas, you know, Jamaicans have got a lot of people in, you know, big positions. So they can also, you know, use him. I know Jamaica has also got a lot of big, you know, movie producers. So he's got advantage, yeah. Downtown was lit. Police Baton. No, it's called Police Baton. It's a, oh, so it's called a police baton. Oh, but you remember that lady? I loved the interaction of that. You know, what I love about Jamaicans is that when you meet celebrity, you don't like shy off or fear. Like, you know, this is Speed. You talking to him calmly. No, that lady was Speed, man. Come on, man. You know, that lady selling those things, and she gave Speed one. So they're called Police Baton. Yeah. I would love to see Jamaican Spider-Man on the movie screen. Yeah, man. That would be great, man. That would be great. That would be great, you know, because sometimes for you to be given a role in a movie, there's some stunts they have to ensure that you're doing them live, you know, and he could do those stunts live. You know, we've got stunts that sometimes are exaggerated in a movie, right? But before it is exaggerated, they want you, or they want to see if you can do them live. Yeah, man. There's a time like there's this place when they're also doing a backflip, and Popcorn told Speed in Jamaica, it's called black flip. You don't do like a backflip. Like, what did he mean, man? Like, Popcorn told Speed in Jamaica, it's a black flip, not backflip. Maybe you can tell me in the comment section. African Walk downtown is vibes. Yeah. I loved the vibes in downtown. You know, I loved the vibes in downtown. That was great, man. That was great. And there is a place he was trying the parties. I don't know if you guys, yeah, Nasidang in a lab. Oh yeah, I told him also, yeah, there's a time Popcorn. I loved the way Popcorn was, you know, talking to Speed, and, you know, Like Speed left, he left that place thinking Popcorn is a Ghanaian, because Popcorn didn't even introduce himself as a Jamaican. You know, he was just easy and telling him, he even gave him some name. He told him that my name is Nana Akumet or something like that, an African name. You know, Speed said Jamaica is aggressive. How they tell him I love you, man, my kids love you, with them pointing their finger at him. He said he think they're going to hurt him. Oh, he's saying oh yeah. So Speed said that the Jamaicans are aggressive, even the way, you know, like the kids were pointing at him, you know, the fingers. Yeah, but it was good, and I would say that Jamaicans are cool, man. You know, you saw. And what I loved about his life, you know, it also shows the character of Jamaicans, you know, how Jamaicans are cool people, how Jamaicans are relaxed people. It also shows the other side of Jamaicans, ladies and gentlemen. There is a time he went to buy some shoes. Yeah, the shoes he was putting on, those were that were yellow in color. He wanted to pay, and I think the Jamaican told him to just give a shout out, right? Like he gave him for free. I saw something like that. Yeah, there is a time he went to like a shoe store, and he didn't pay for those shoes, right? Yes, we use black instead of back. Nothing about back though in Jamaica. We don't use back in Jamaica. Only all right. So someone has said in the comment section that we use black instead of back. Nothing about like instead of back. Oh, okay. Let me read again. We use black instead of back. Nothing about back though in Jamaica. We don't use black we don't use back in Jamaica. Only black. All right. So that's why Popcorn was telling him, yeah, we don't allow like a backflip. Yeah, but I loved the interaction. There is a place they are cooking with. We call her Shansi or Shanshea. You know, in Africa, we call her Shansi. How do you pronounce her name in Jamaica? Do you say Shansi or Shansea? Yeah, there's a time they were cooking with Speed, and it was great, you know. I really love that part. So basically, Shansi. So you say, okay, let me pronounce, tell me if this is right. Shansi. Oh, somebody say Shansea. Which is which? You say Shansi or Shansea? Or Shansia? Shansia. Shansia. Right? Shansia. Yes, or Shansia. All right. You know, also sometimes pronunciation might differ. Yeah, Shansia. All right. There is a time like oblique Seville, right? There's a time I used to call him oblique Seville. Somebody told me not Seville, right? Okay. Yes, they give him the sneakers and tell him just to big up the store name. Yeah, man. You know, that Jamaican man really caught my heart. How, you know, he just gave Speed for free. It was not easy because those sneakers are expensive. That's a shop with original sneakers. I saw them and they were looking good, man. Yeah. So those sneakers are expensive, and for someone to just give you them for free. But Jamaicans are also intelligent, you know. If somebody also bigs up, love your review. Love your review, bro. You're the best. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Thank you very much. So the Jamaican he gave Speed those shoes for free, you know, and just told him to big up the store. But now, this Jamaican is also intelligent. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you've got to look into the future. You know, you can go at a loss now, but in the future, you might gain a lot, you know. So bigging up the store, and you know, once you big up the store, let's be honest, we're human beings. Sometimes we want to follow these celebrities. We want to go and shop where they've been. Even Jamaica, we've got a lot of celebrities who normally visit Jamaica. So it also gives that name. So even Ishow Speed going to that shop and that owner big and Ishow Speed bigging up that shop, that is a blessing. That man will never lack, and you will see he's going to have a lot of customers. Sometimes your good heart might open the doors for you, you know, just that bigging up. And the way, if you look at that man, you know, we've got what you call instincts, just like you say, my spirit take you. You could see the honesty in him, not because Speed was celebrity, no, but you know, somebody who's pretending. Sometimes there are some non-verbal cues. There's some things you can see somebody through their spirit and you can know it's not genuine. But that guy was genuine, even the way he gave him the shoes. Yeah. Somebody else, that was a great marketing strategy. Yes, that was a great marketing strategy. Let's learn from our Jamaican brothers. Sometimes don't just think of now. You know, don't just think of now. And I think this is also a big lesson in life. You know, don't just think of now. Look at the future. Look at the future. You know, bigging up that store, you know, bigging up that store was a great thing, ladies and gentlemen. And okay, yes, Speed would have paid and still bigged up the shop. But when also people look at your heart, people look at how you're genuine, you've not only made your shop to be famous, but people also want to interact with you. You know, people want to come because they have seen how good is hearted people. Jamaican people, hope I'm not lagging. If you know us, we kind-hearted people. Jamaican people will give their last anything. Yeah, that's strong. Jamaican people will give their last anything. It's like he's saying they'll give like even the last thing they have. And that is why also, you know, God is always standing with Jamaicans. You even saw during a hurricane, like that is when I also realized Jamaica is loved. You saw Cuba, you saw Trinidad, you saw Americans, people came together for Jamaicans. Why? Because of such kind of, you know, such kind of acts, man. You know, in life, there are little things you can do and they touch the whole world. There is a time Wodemaya went to Jamaica. There is this woman who did he wash the feet of Wodemaya? But there is a way she interacted with Wodemaya, and it really, you know, made people like look at it in another way. Okay, I want to give you another example again about Wodemaya. If you remember Wodemaya in Jamaica, he was in Emancipation Park at night. There was a Jamaican man with his daughter. There's this man who was with the daughter. I don't know if you remember. Then there is a chain. This man, it's like an African chain. It's like a Ghanaian chain, something like that. Then this guy removed that chain and gave it to Wodemaya. And his daughter told Wodemaya that my dad has never removed this chain. My dad has never even thought of, you know, like that chain was part of him. But when he saw Wodemaya, he told him, my African brother, you came to Jamaica and my spirit take you, I'm going to give you this chain. So, you know, the things that Jamaicans do, and because to that man, that chain was like everything. Yeah, man. Jamaicans are good at marketing. If they want to sell you something, it is hard. Let me, that was great. All right. Someone is saying, that is Norman. Norman is saying, Jamaicans are good at marketing. If they want to sell you something, it is hard to say no, even if you don't want the item. Yeah, that is so great. And I've witnessed that. There is a time two Jamaicans went to a local radio station. You know, may his soul rest in peace. You know, two Jamaicans. Yeah, there is a jump tour, and our brother who was also here. So when they went to radio station, we had presenters, you know, we had presenters inside that radio station. Imagine, people are trained. But these Jamaicans, they took microphone in Kenya. I don't know if you guys saw that video in when Jam Tour played it. And the way they started advertising that radio station, even Kenyans were like, why didn't you allow these Jamaicans to be the presenters? So she's saying, someone is saying, Jamaicans are good at marketing. If they want to sell you something, it is hard to say no. All right, let me look at another comment. Just a minute. Somebody saying, if you know us, we kind-hearted. People Jamaican, we give the last. All right. All we know Jamaica win the Caribbean tour, no doubt about it. Somebody saying, what he knows, Jamaica won the Caribbean tour, nothing, no doubt about it. Wodemaya visit was lit also. Yeah, in fact, Wodemaya visit, that was, the videos Wodemaya gave us about Jamaica, they really made us to even fall more, with Jamaica, fall in love more. Wodemaya was, I remember I even invited them to Kenya. Yeah, Wodemaya's wife also invited the Jamaican with the daughter to Kenya, right? Yeah, I remember that. Nam Moyo Renge Koyo. Nam Moyo Renge Koyo. Is that Patwa? Wodemaya is well loved in Jamaica. Oh, so much. And I like what Wodemaya is doing for Africa, how he has been going to different countries and showcasing Africa. We also need to celebrate him. We also need, like Africans, we also need to celebrate, people like Wodemaya. He has come to Kenya, he has gone to South Africa, he has gone to Botswana, he's doing a great job. And you can see his heart, man. He's a genuine young man. Wodemaya take the taxi, and to go, he never have any money and ask the security give him money to pay for the cab. Wodemaya almost cried. So you're trying to say that Wodemaya took a taxi and he had no money and a security gave him money. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, I know. Especially you're going to a foreign country, people will be like, how comes you don't have money? How did you come here? What was your plan, Yeah, African Walk, I am happy seeing you more in the space. Oh, yeah. Today I'm doing live, man. And I was just, he's in KFC. Yeah, Ishow Speed is in KFC. The Buddhist chant, I also chant those words. The Buddhist chant. Yeah. The Buddhist chant, like, if you look at, someone has said the Buddhist chant, I also chant those words. Yeah, man. So we are just trying to analyze this Caribbean tour. And from the live, people are saying that they have no doubt that Jamaican tour was one of the best. And to me, I love how almost everything was arranged. He's in the Emancipation Park. That lady, former Miss World, former Miss Universe, taking Ishow Speed, handing him over to another person. He's meeting Beanie Man. He's meeting Sean Paul. He's meeting the Rastafarian community. He's meeting the grandchildren of Bob Marley. Like it was well planned. Like he's going to this place, and I love how he was using those vehicles. They're called Chevrolet, and the drone, showing us Jamaica. And I like the Jamaican sun. Jamaican's bright. Jamaica is so bright because you've seen even some African videos in Jamaica. Yeah. I don't know whether it is equator. Somebody told me that there is difference between like the American continent and African continent, especially equator. Yeah, because if you look at those videos, they were very bright. Yeah. Oh, the ATM wasn't what? Oh, I'm getting you. Wodemaya's ATM wasn't working, right? So basically, he could not withdraw money. So he was cashless, right? Like, it was difficult for him. And there's a Jamaican who made it possible for him to get money to have a cab, right? A taxi. There's also this guy from Korea. Is he a Chinese? But he's an Asian. He's either Korean, a Chinese, or a Japanese, who went to Jamaica, and when he was going to buy jerk chicken, he realized he had no money. And the driver went and bought for him jerk chicken and even drove him back to where he was. So this guy was shocked because he was saying, this driver doesn't know me. How comes he trusts me? And you know, anytime people are shocked with this kind of gestures that Jamaica show, it shows you that it is not possible in every place. Now, let me tell you something. There's a time I was sick, and I was not in Nairobi. I was in a place called Kisumu. Now, that is the countryside. That is where I'm basically from. It is like 280 miles from Nairobi. So it was at night. I'm not familiar with that area, you know, that part of Kenya. So I was looking for a hospital. It was at night, very late at night. When I went to ask some people, like nobody wanted to talk to me because people always fear scammers. You know, we have got people pretend, but they want to scam you. So some people are not friendly to me. But now what am I saying? Him going to Jamaica, and even people can trust you with their resources. I was only asking for a hospital. It was late at night, but people could not trust me. Now imagine somebody is even trusting you with his money. So big shout out to Jamaicans. Yes, African Walk, Wodemaya is a true ambassador for Mama Africa. I agree a lot. Even him going to South Africa and showcasing the white only, you remember the white only community or Rhino that is being built in South Africa. And next time we should talk about South Africa. We should really talk to our brothers and sisters in South Africa. They should love other Africans, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, security paid for the taxi. Then Wodemaya takes some money out of the bank. The security, all right. Okay. He was also performing with, I saw when he was performing with Egyptian. You know, Egyptian is loved in Africa. You know, there's this song, I don't know, okay, you know the problem, I don't have a voice of singing. And one day somebody told me, African Walk, you shouldn't sing. But let me just do it very quickly. There's this song, what a woman, what a woman, what a woman. You know, then there is Hold You. Galliant hold you. Egyptian is loved. I love Egyptian. That tune, there is that tune of Hold You, Egyptian song. Do you know a lot of people have used that? You see that, how will I say, those beats have been used across Africa. Yeah, hold up. It's called Hold On. What's the name of that song? African Walk Jamaicans knows how to welcome our visitor and make them feel welcome. Yeah, that was nice. It was nice. You saw when Ishow Speed just entered the KFC, they were like, you know, happy, you know. Yeah, that's the song, you know, Hold You. It's called Hold You. Yeah, that's the song, Hold You. A pleasant good morning. A Jamaican living in Florida. I'm watching you live. Wagwan, my brother from Florida. I'm made to understand Florida is just 45. Hold You. Yeah, somebody has said Hold You. That Hold You song. You see that beat, something like that. That song those beats have been used across Africa. So we've got artists who take the beats and they put their lyrics. I don't know whether it is legal. Yeah, I don't know whether it is legal, but I've seen those beats. Even if you go back to this guy, Busy Signal, there's this song he has done. Hello, baby, please you come over. My loneliness is taking over. Me need you tonight, and I'm cover. There is that song done by Busy Signal. You know, that song, a lot of people have used those beats. A lot of artists have used those beats. So somebody said it's from Florida. I made to understand Florida to Jamaica. Is it 45 minutes? Somebody told me that Americans living in Florida, like Jamaicans living in Florida, it's very easy. It takes a short time for them to go to Jamaica. Trinidad here. Oh, wagwan, my Trinidad brother or sister, you know, super beast. How are you, my Trinidad friend? Welcome, One Caribbean, you know. Yeah. Welcome. Somebody from Trinidad is also watching. We love you all. One Caribbean family. Bless up, be general. Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Hello, African brother. How are you, my brother? Big up, my brother. One always 100%. You're making a lot of difference. Bring us together. Yeah, I just put some flag of Jamaica, Ghana, South Africa, Trinidad, Kenya. 1 hour the most. Oh, 1 hour, 39 minutes from Florida to Jamaica. Oh, yeah, yeah. So that's, yeah, it's near, it's near. Yeah, 1 hour flight, yeah. So it's like Florida, Jamaica, you know? Yeah. And is it easy to live like Jamaica to Florida? Or like, do you have people can go, you know, from Jamaica to Florida without going through the visa processes, you know? Like the way I see some of my brothers, African brothers, the West Africa, going to Italy, going to, you know, yeah, the people who make it. You've seen people going to through Italy legally, yeah. Or for you to leave Jamaica to Florida, must you just go through the legal means? Just asking. Big up all Trinis, love from Jamaica. We curse at times, but we're family. Yeah, man. Somebody has said we curse at times, but we are family. It also happens, like in Africa, you know, Kenyans and Tanzania. Tanzanians are our neighbors. Online, we are like enemies online. But you know, we are the best. There is a time Tanzania had a lot of problems when the president, you know, after elections, and there was a lot of fight. The country that was supporting Tanzania were Kenyans. And even Tanzania were like, why do you hate us online, but when we are suffering, you are there for us? Kenyans told Tanzanians, we are enemies online. It is just a brotherly thing, you know. It's not bad. So somebody saying, Jamaican is saying, big up Trinis, love from Jamaica. We curse at times, but we are family. Yeah, man. Sometimes it's not good to believe what people say online, you know. Just like sometimes I see my brothers in the diaspora, you'll see some people saying, oh, Africans don't love you, some Africans sold us. But when you come on the ground, you realize most of Africans, even, you know, by the way, do you know this history of ancestors selling our brothers and sisters? We've got people even don't know about it, you know. So when you come to the ground, like there is somebody who said that, you know, Africans don't love Black Americans. And you are like, man, when we see Black Americans in the motherland, they're brothers, man. We love them, you know, like it's love. So my point is sometimes there are things we hear on the internet that are not a true reflection, you know, in real life. So that's why this Jamaican, let me repeat again, I said, big up all Trinis, love from Jamaica. We curse at times, but we are family. Yeah, man. Visa or green card is needed. Yeah, so for you to go to US, you have to go with the green card or visa. I was just asking because, you know, like, hope you've heard the story of West Africa. I'm saying West Africa because, you know, it's easy for people like who live in West Africa to access Europe, and Americas. That's why even during the time of transatlantic slave trade, a lot of people are taken from West Africa. So you've seen our West African brothers, sometimes they try to cross, you know, the ocean. Yeah. But somebody said from Jamaica to America, you don't go illegally. You must have green card or visa. You have to have papers black in the day, so could do the speed out now. Papers black in. Maybe you repeat it again. All blacks should unite. No other race lovers. We have to love our own. Yeah, man. We've got to come as a people. And if you look at even Marcus Garvey, who wanted, like, he preached, you know, he preached about racial pride. And if we talk of racial pride, and when you talk about black people, I must also put into the consideration that the Jamaican motto is out of many, one people. So that was just like a comment I was looking at. All blacks should unite, which is true, especially in Africa. We should unite, but it's a very difficult thing, you know, because as the black race, we still, I don't know, like Marcus Garvey wanted us, you know, he preached for us to love ourselves. I don't know who taught us to hate the color of our skin, because right now you go to South Africa, there is a white only town. And I'm not saying this on the point of racism. No, I'm just saying what is in the ground. There is a town known as Rhino. It's a white-only town. But South Africans have got no problem with it. They have got no problem being segregated, you know. But once they hear you're from Nigeria, you're from Kenya, you're from Ghana, you're from Zimbabwe, then, but I'm also made to understand not all South Africans, you know, not all South Africans. We also have South Africans who are calling for the unity. People like Malema, we've also seen them calling for unity. They are saying South Africans is for all, regardless of the color of your skin. Yeah, man. You are okay. All blacks should unite. Yes. We are cousins, all Caribbean island. We curse online, but are one. Caribbean people, stop this. So you are making us to fall for this trap. Online, you're saying you can curse, but you are one people with different flags. Yeah, this is true. One people with different flags. Yeah, man. You are so right, Africa awoke. Yeah, so someone has said, you are so right, Africa awoke. And someone is also saying that, you know, like the Caribbean family, it's one family. So people can curse online. It's just like in the family. Sometimes you can differ, you know, with your brother and sister. That doesn't mean you're not one family. So I've seen the way Jamaicans have bigged up the Trinidad family, and that is also great. That is what we want to see, you know, that is online. And one thing we must always understand is that what people say online is not a representation of the whole country. Let's say there is somebody, maybe from Kenya, who goes online and say he doesn't like Jamaicans. As a Jamaican, don't take that comment and think it is a representation of we Kenyans. We've got 50 million people. So let's say we've got like 100,000 people who are negative about our Caribbean brothers online. Don't take online comments to be a representation of our people. So sometimes when you see our Caribbean brothers online, you know, cussing each other, that doesn't mean there is no love. There is a lot of love. Even this Queen, the reggae artist in Jamaica, she said, I mean, the reggae artist from Trinidad, I've forgotten her name. She said she was inspired by Jamaicans. So that is one love, you know. Yeah, man. You are so right, African walk. Thank you very much. I hear if you're Jamaican, you can get land in Kenya. Is it true? One blood. If you're a Jamaican, once you come in Kenya, there is a process, like Jump to us. I don't know if I've gotten it. Next time, if I meet him, I'm going to ask him. He's in the process of getting citizenship, you know? Yeah, so once you get citizenship, you are part of us. So you can get a land, or you can even buy a land, you know? You are allowed to run your business as a local. Yeah. So, and the Jamaican getting a citizenship in Kenya is easy. That is, you can get it by, there is what is called registration. Yeah, there's some years you have to spend, like probably 2 to 3 years. So like Jump was now, I left when he was working on them. Next time I'm going to do a video with him. I'm going to ask him if he has already gotten his citizenship. Once you get citizenship, you're part of us. You can be given a land, you can buy a land, you can run your business, you can do your things as a Kenyan, you know, because Kenya allows for dual citizenship. So you can be a Kenyan Jamaican, you know, and like even if me and you go to court, we are going to be charged as Kenyans. So it's true, it's possible. There are many Jamaicans running the business in Kenya and they're doing well. So that is true. Hey, as much as we love our African brothers and sisters, we love all Jamaicans regardless of what color, what nature happened to paint their skin on. Out of many will always be one people. Yes, I love that. He's saying as much as we love our African brothers and sisters, we love all Jamaicans regardless of what color of skin. And that is very powerful because, ladies and gentlemen, let us look at it this way. Nobody decides the color of their skin. And when all of us were created, we are told we are created in the image of God, you know. So that is what is called diversity, you know. Just like even in Jamaica, we have different parishes, you know. We've got somebody coming from another parish, somebody coming from this parish, but you're all Jamaicans, right? So it should happen even with human beings. It is us human beings who have brought discrimination. It is us who see color. But we've got the Chinese, we've got the Japanese, we've got the Koreans, we've got Africans, we've got black people, you know. So someone has said, you know, hey, as much as we love our African brothers and sisters, we love all Jamaicans regardless. That is powerful, man. There is a song, a reggae song done by Lucky Dube. Lucky Dube said, the cats and the dogs are forgiving each other. Why we human beings, you know, why do we, if a cat and a dog, it's just a song, but that is like it's deep, it has a deep meaning. When you talk about apartheid, you know, why do we say, you know, this is you know, this one is a black man, this one is a white man. Let me take you back to Morgan Heritage. There's a song Morgan Heritage has sung. It is said, this is not a dreadlock thing, divine conception of the heart. This is not a dreadlock thing. It is a divine conception of the heart. You don't have to be with a rasta. You must not have a dreadlocks to be a rasta. Now, Morgan Heritage, whom I believe are Rastafarians, they were trying to say, like, the Rastafarian movement is not only about dreadlocks. This is not a dreadlock thing, divine conception of the heart. It's about the heart. Now, let's come back to Jamaica. Out of many, one people. What he's trying to say is that in as much as we can say African brothers, but let us not use that to discriminate other races. Let me take you back to Martin Luther King Jr. When Martin Luther King Jr. was giving his speech, I have a dream, I have a dream. He said that the fact that in this demonstration, we have our white brothers who are standing with us in this demonstration, that shows that we also have white people who have decided to unify with us. We have got white people who also want the black people to be free. You get my point? So even Martin Luther King Jr., during his speech, he said that the fact that, you know, in those mass demonstrations, there were white people who are also standing with black people. What was he trying to say? That at the end of the day, we are one people. And we've seen, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes even people of your skin can mistreat you, you know? So, like, let me give you a quick story, very quick story. There is a time I was working in this company. And so there was an interview, okay? There was an interview. My Kenyan friends, black people, you get my point, went for this interview. They didn't tell me. I had an Arab friend. Our skin color is not the same. He was from Tunisia. You know, he came and he asked me, have you gone for the interview? Do you know there is an interview? I told him no. He told me, give me your CV. Now look at this scenario. An Arab, somebody who is not the same skin color with me, has helped me. The people who have got the same skin color didn't help me. Now, what am I trying to say? At some point, we've got to look beyond color. We've got to look who is vibing with you, who is real with you, whose spirit is taking you. So going back to that comment, the last time, hey, as much as we love our African brothers and sisters, we love all Jamaicans regardless of color. Out of many, one people, and we must always be keen. All right, we love Trinidad people and rest of Caribbean, no care, we cast like nothing personal. He's saying we cast online. That is a Jamaican saying, you know what? When you see us online casting each other, don't think we don't like our brothers and sisters. That is nothing personal. We're just human beings. Just like in Jamaicans, I'm told there is nicknames, right? And sometimes the nicknames can be harsh, right? Somebody can give you a nickname maybe based on your appearance, but I think it's nothing personal, right? Yeah, man. Thank you, my brother, for the information. Thank you. We are out of many, one people. And that is what we should always look as human beings, man. Yeah, man. The Jamaican motto can be applied to almost every country in the world. Yeah, that motto can be applied to every country in the world. Like in Kenya, we also have got Indians in Kenya. We've got white people in Kenya. but Kenya is not as mixed as, is not as mixed as Jamaica. Even there's a time the person representing Kenya in swimming, yeah, he was a white guy, So my Jamaican friend is telling me this motto can be applied everywhere. Once we see people for who they are, we are going to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to understand we have people who want to control the world. And for you to control the world, you must bring labels. Once you bring labels, it's easy to control people. You must say, oh, these are black people, these are white people, these are the Chinese, these are, So we as human beings, we now start operating through that line. You get my point? But once we say out of many one people, we look at every person as a human being. You don't have to be dread. You don't have to be dread to be a Rasta. It's different conception of the art. Yeah, that's Boganete. Yeah. Big up yourself. African walk as a Pan-Africanist. I love all Mama Africa, but I have a special love for my Kenyan people. Yeah, thank you very much. I told you yesterday, Wodemaya, who is from Ghana. I'm gonna do a video and I put that screenshot. People were trying to debate about the love Kenyans have for Jamaicans and Ghana for Jamaicans. Wodemaya said that Kenyans say like Jamaican culture is more appreciated in Kenya than Ghana. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to divide these countries. Now what happens? When a Jamaican visits Ghana, because this is also coming from Jamaicans whom I've talked to, like I've met 3 Jamaicans who first went to Ghana and came to Kenya. There's also a lady from Trinidad whom I did a video with. She first went to Ghana and came to Kenya. They're saying when you're a Jamaican, the difference between Ghana and Kenya is that Ghana gives you the vibe you feel you are in Jamaica. Get my point? If you're from Trinidad, you go to Ghana, you feel you're in Trinidad. You feel like you're in the Caribbean. But now, when you come to Kenya, you as a Caribbean person, they appreciate you more. That is the difference. You get my point? They, like us, we really appreciate the Caribbean culture. Like in Kenya, we've got Caribbean events organized by Kenyans. Even at first I thought that they were organized by Jamaicans. Yes, you're gonna get Jamaicans there, Jamaican food, people from Bahamas, people from Trinidad. But now, these events have also been taken over by Kenyans. They're called Caribbean events. So that shows you how Kenya celebrates Jamaican culture, Trinidad culture, the Caribbean culture. It's easy for you to find matatus with Jamaican flag, Jamaican artists. Like today, if you hold a gun to any random Kenyan to mention 30 Jamaican artists to save his or her life, they'll do it easily. Or just say, okay, name 50 people from Jamaica. 50 people, either painters, president, influential people from Jamaica. It's easy for you to experience that in Kenya. Can't wait to visit Kenya and learn some Swahili. Welcome, big up. Yeah, welcome to Kenya. It's a good feeling, and depending on where you want to stay. But one thing I've seen with many people from Caribbean, when they come to Kenya, they want to stay in the outskirts. They don't like the city, like they can come to the city, but they like, those places with the, like next to, like in Nairobi, we've got the outskirts. So it has got trees, it's quiet, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. I don't know if that is true, because most of the Jamaican friends I've had, they tell me they love like, the outskirts. Yeah, man, bless up yourself, African Walk, bless up yourself. So those who are joining the live right now, the main thing on the live was, we were discussing, Ishow Speed Caribbean tour. And yesterday he was in Jamaica. I'm saying yesterday, depending on the time, because in Kenya right now is 4:30 p.m. So that was yesterday. He was in Jamaica. And I was just going through some of the things he was doing in Jamaica. And many people in the comment section are saying, in Jamaica, that was the best Caribbean tour. A lot, Ghana, two in Jamaica. Ghana flag fly high, still that part of Africa, close to the heart. Oh, so you're saying in Jamaica, there's a lot of Ghana flag? Oh man, oh man. Yeah, but what I normally say is that yeah, many Caribbean people love Ghana. Sometimes I feel a bit of jealous. Yeah, but I see people love Ghana, right? And especially Jamaica, it's tied with history. Nani of the Maroons, or she's a descendant of Ghana. You know, but if you are a Jamaican and you come to Africa, there are different countries that will show you, the characteristic of Jamaicans. Trust me. You see, Congo. I know you people have heard of Congo. Many Jamaicans love style, right? Like I'm made to understand that a Jamaican will sleep hungry, but he will always look fashionable. That is a friend of mine. We were talking, and he told me like a Jamaican always puts style, like he has to be presentable. Now we've got Africans from Congo. They behave the same. Somebody from Congo, he might not have money, but will always be presentable. So if you look at the transatlantic slave trade, which happened on the West Africa, different countries in Africa, and if you look at Jamaicans, you will see different aspect. Now, look at Nigerians. In Africa, people say Nigerians are aggressive and they are proud, and that is a character I also see with Jamaicans, about being proud, like, I'm not lying to you. Africans who are proud of their country and who they are, I'll give it to Nigerians. I'm not lying to you. And Nigeria will always be proud of his country and his people. So those might be, if you have got Jamaicans who are taken from Nigeria, they took that one. Then the courage, Ghana people have got. I'm not saying that Nigerians are not courageous, but Ghanaians are those people, like, they're not that loud, but they're courageous. All right. Yeah, Ghana fly high in Jamaica. The Kamanti and Ashanti culture strong in Jamaica. Maroon community. Yeah, man. So he's saying that the flag of Ghana is flying high in Jamaica. Excuse me, I'm taking a lot of water. So those who are late in joining the live, we were talking about Ishow speed trip, and many people, said that the Jamaican trip was one of the best. So we're gonna wait and see what people are gonna say. But a lot of people just loved, how, especially at the end of it, his father joined him, his mother joined him. Somebody have asked, bro, Chris Gale? Chris Gale, I've heard of the name. He's a runner. Was he doing like the hurdles? Chris Gale, I've heard of that name. Was he doing like sprint, the hurdles? Yeah, from Jamaica. Like, is a sprinter who used to do the hurdles, where you run? Oh, cricketer. Oh, yeah. I've not been much into cricket. He's a cricketer. Yeah, but he's a famous. Oh, yeah. People always said, I look Ethiopian or Somalian. They never said Ghanaian. Oh, he's a cricketer. Yeah, man. Kenya is not much into cricket, because there's a time we used to be good in cricket. Kenya love long distance. That's why I also love sprint. So we are more into athletics. But I'm made to understand, he's a cricketer. Though that name is a very famous name. Their names. Let's say even somebody who is not a fan of football, they know about Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi. So Chris Gale's name is a very famous name. There is a person, a Jamaican, who said, people always said, I look Ethiopian or Somalian. They never said Ghanaian. Now, one thing people don't know, people think that all Africans look the same. That's why sometimes you will see somebody saying that I can differentiate an African from American, from a Caribbean. At some point, yes, but at some point you can't. Like, if you look at the Somalis, they have got some distinct features. If you look at Ethiopians, there is a way they look, If you go to South Africa, we've got like some South Africans who look like Trevor Noah, you know. Also, there's some South Africans who look like, there's this guy who acted a movie, The God Must Be Crazy. You remember? Yeah. So we don't have like a distinct look. We've got also Africans whom you might mistake to be from the Caribbean. Trust me. Yeah. Even there's sometimes in Kenya, there are Kenyans I mistake to be Nigerians. There are Kenyans sometimes I mistake to be, you know, just like Spice. Spice is in Uganda now, you know, and you might think she's also Ugandan. So yeah, but I don't know. Though, can you tell me in the comment section? There are people who say that it's easy to differentiate an African from a Caribbean. Is it easy? Or we've got also some people whom you might mistake. Because I was also told I look like a Jamaican runner. There's this guy, especially on my forehead. I've forgotten his name. He used to participate in hurdles. I'm gonna check him out. You see the hurdles? Yeah, there's a Jamaican guy. People told me I look like him. So at some point it might be tricky, you know. Yeah. African walk, we are diverse. Yeah, so somebody have also said that you're diverse, you know. Yeah. But my question is, can you look at someone and say this one is an African and this one is a Caribbean without them talking? Maybe it's easier, especially if you've interacted, you know. But sometimes it is not that 100%. I've told you there are people, they are Nigerians that I've seen that sometimes I think they're Kenyans. When they talk, I realize they're Nigerians. Though there are also people that you'll see and you direct you just know is a Nigerian. So ladies and gentlemen, today that marks the end. Big up Kenya, big up. We've taken 1 hour, 12 minutes. So I was just talking about yesterday's Ishow Speed tour and him showing us different places and interacting with people and also seeing the Jamaican community coming out. To me, it was something well planned, and I loved how he was moving from this place to this place, went to the Emancipation Park and got a bike, started driving. Big up Kenya. Bro, I go in South Africa, there are white people are very racism. Yeah, you know, we've got different people with different, you know, behaviors. And let me tell you something. We also have, even me, I'm a Kenyan. Okay, let me give you a good example. There is a day I went to a hotel in Mombasa. Mombasa is like the coastal area where we have got beaches, hotels. Many tourists come there. So at the gate, I was with my I was with my 3 sisters, you know. So at the gate, the security was a Kenyan lady. So she refused us entry. And then there is a white guy who passed. And we asked her that, why have you allowed that person to pass and us we can't pass? So at that moment, she allowed us to go in. So this is my point. I'm not being racist. A white man helped me to get inside a hotel in my country. You get my point? So what is my point? We also have people who are still racist. They can be the same skin color, because at this point, it is my fellow Kenyan who is being racist to me, because I mean, this is a public hotel. So when this guy passed and we started like, you know, shouting and creating commotion, she allowed us. So somebody said he went to South Africa and the white people there are very racist. So my point is that racism come in all form and shapes. I've seen people who can be the same skin color as you and they're also racist, right? Yeah, man. Somebody has asked me, when are you coming to Jamaica? Now, I was to come to Jamaica this year, April or June, but there are things that never went well. There is a time I was not even online for like 2 months, 3 months, you know. Yeah, there are things that, there are some things I had planned, but they never went as planned, you know. So I'm planning either November, December, or early next year, you know. But I was to be there like this year. That was the plan. That was like everything. So I can't go into detail, but one day I'll reveal, you know, what happened to me, you know. And yeah, I'll make a video about that. Yeah, there are things that happened. There are things that happen, and one day I'll share with you. Yeah, even some, you know, it's a it's a long story. And I'd also plan to surprise you people, but things will be all right. And when I'm ready to come, I'm gonna tell my people, right? Yeah, man. So, up to blessing from Jamaica. So the last thing we've said, Jamaican motto is out of many, one people. What I'm always trying to avoid, I wouldn't want one day some of my videos or my live to bring like division, especially in the Jamaican culture. It's a culture I have to respect, and Jamaican motto, I have to understand that out of many, one people. In as much as we might try to celebrate our diversity, we must also understand the culture of a country and how diverse that country is, and how they've appreciated that and how they respect that. So, in a nutshell, we are looking at Ishow Speed's tour, and it was the best. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I might go live, and we might look for another topic. Today we were talking about Ishow Speed. And you know, why have I started going live? Sometimes I just want to talk, you know, to you people live, and we can interact, ask each other questions, because we are one. I've said we have to use these platforms as a way to connect and as a way to come together as a people. So right now it's 4:30 p.m. I don't know what time is it in Jamaica. It's on a Saturday. I know it's a soup day. Today, Saturday is soup day in Jamaica, right? So I know some of you are gonna prepare some soup and make some soup. So I wish you all do more live. All right. Yeah, I'll be doing more live. And sometimes if I get a chance, I'll go outside and try to showcase, you know, different areas. Yeah, man. Yeah. Soup day. Oh, somebody's telling me you know so much. Bro, ladies and gentlemen, and I like saying ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said that and laughed. You know, Jamaican culture is worldwide, it's known, you know, and it's easy for you to know. You will always know something about Jamaica, you know. Yeah, I know Saturday is soup day, and Sunday is jack chicken day, right? Yeah. Sunday is jack chicken day, and like Wednesday, I was told there's a day also for, is it bossy day? There's a day for like dancing day. Anyway, Sunday rice and peace day. Oh, rice and peace day. But many people cook jack chicken, right? Yeah, because rice and peace you might. All right, Sunday is rice and peace day. Yeah, but also church, because Jamaicans love church. If you look at the number of churches in Jamaica, so now it's also a worshiping day. Any meat but rice and peace on. Oh, any meat but rice and peace. All right. Thanks, man, for allowing me to know much about Jamaican culture. And it has been nice having a great moment with you people. I don't take it for granted, as I've always told you. Yeah, Wednesday is still peace day. Wednesday is still peace day. Yeah, that is a lady, you know, who said when she went, I mean, some people thought she's from Ethiopia and Somali. My brother, how are things going in Kenya? Things are going good. Politically, everything is good. Yeah, at the moment, everything is good. Thanks for asking. We appreciate, and also appreciate you for asking that question. Yeah, so Jamaican part every day. So Jamaicans party every day. So Saturday is a soup day, but party still continues. Sunday is rice and peace, but party still continue. I want to try chapati. Oh, should I one day go live also trying to make Kenyan food like chapati? Though I'm not good at making chapati, but I can call a Kenyan friend. Yeah, my country, Jamaica, win the tour. Oh, somebody say he wants to try chapati. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. What about, should I sometimes do live when I'm cooking Kenyan food, the ugali, and you just see how we do it. Yeah, the Kenyan way, right? Yeah, I think it's also good when I show you also how we eat because yeah, bull Kenya, a mess up. Ugali, yes. All right. I'm gonna show you how we make Kenyan food, and I'm also gonna try to show you how we wash in Africa. Oh, that would be, yeah. I'll also be doing some washing. Like in Jamaica. I don't know if you also like wash sometimes. If you don't have a washing machine, how do you wash? Yeah. So there's a way we wash with our hands. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I'll show you how we cook ugali. I'll show you how we cook chapati, how we cook different types of meals in Kenya, and how we eat. Because in Jamaica, most of the time you eat with spoon and fork, right? In Kenya, you do that, right? Especially rice. But most of the food we use our hands. Just wash your hands because ugali is like dumpling. But how do you eat dumpling? Also spoon, or you have to use your hand. So like in Kenya, because ugali is like the main, is like the rice and peas of Kenya. So you use ugali. If you have oxtail, you can use ugali, oxtail, ugali. So ugali is the food that most of the time we eat. So most of the time we wash our hands and we eat using our hands. So should I do also videos? You see how we eat in Kenya, how we do it the Kenyan, the African way, right? All right. We have something like ugali called tan cornmeal. Oh, so you have something, yeah, there's somebody who told you have something similar to ugali. So how often do you cook it in Jamaica? And how does it taste? Do you use spoon or do you use your hands? Yes, we go live one day. I want to make chapati. Oh, somebody has said we should go live one day. She want to make chapati. And then June Johnson, blessing and more blessings, African Walk. Blessings to you and thank you for joining. 7 days a week, party keep soup. Soup Sunday. And rice and peas and oxtail curry. So 7 days, okay. So somebody's saying 7 days a week in Jamaica it's party. All right. I don't eat with my hand. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Somebody say they don't eat with their hands. Yeah. So, okay, a question. If somebody's eating with their hands, how do you find it? Disgusting? Or because I was told in some cultures, when you eat with your hands, people find it disgusting because people are used to spoon. But in the African culture, especially in Kenya, most of the time you'll see people using their hands because the ugali, you have to like, yeah. Maybe at night, if I'm cooking, maybe tonight I might go live. Yeah, if you guys are okay with that. In the next maybe 5 hours, I'll go live, show you how I'm cooking ugali, if it's okay. Yeah. And also maybe I'll put the camera and see how we eat. I can do that. But somebody said they don't eat with the hands. So somebody told me, I don't eat with hand. We don't eat with our hands. Oh, you don't eat with your hands, man. Yeah. Tan cornmeal is a dog food. Cornmeal is a dog food. Just like in the United States, I'm told like maize mostly is given to the cows, right? Yeah. But in Africa, we use it to make flour and then we use it to make ugali. Yeah. In fact, there are people, if you tell them that it's a dog food, they might, get offended. Some people are also, too serious for life. They'll think yeah. So when will you go to yard, my brother? Yeah, I've said late this year or early next year. My plan was April or June, but the things that happen that I'm going to explain later. Yeah, man. Stop it. It's not dog food. It tastes nice with steamed fish. Oh, yeah. Somebody says stop it is not dog food. But still, it depends with how somebody is used to. Like I've told you, I understand, like in America, United States, they give like the cows to eat corn, right? But In Africa, corn, we put in a machine to give us flour. Then we make ugali. Excuse me. Yeah, I want to learn how to make chapati. All right. Jamaicans make tan cornmeal, but I never eat it. I am very picky. There is a Jamaican who said he's a very picky eater. But Jamaicans are picky eater. Not in a bad way. I've been with a Jamaican friend in Kenya. So I took him and like, it's not easy. So there's a way, like Jamaicans love their food, you know. So for them to accept your food also must be like top, right? Yeah, so somebody has told me he's a picky eater. Jamaicans make tan cornmeal, okay, but I never eat. Yes, we eat some food with our hands in Jamaica, like fried food. Also, there are foods that you eat with your hands, but it depends, right? Like oxtail. Tell me, don't lie to me you eat oxtail with a spoon. Because the sweetness of oxtail is sometimes you have to hold the bone and, you know, yeah, so it's not common, but it depends on the food. Okay. We make cornmeal porridge instead. Oh, so corn, you use it mainly to make porridge. Okay, understand. There is a ling and lamb. There is a couple that normally like going to Jamaica. They visited a Jamaican man who was selling porridge on the street. I don't know if you remember that video. And the Jamaican was like, I'm the best porridge seller in the world. You know, so even a Jamaican who is selling porridge will tell you he's the best porridge seller in the world. Yeah, that was good. Most people see tan cornmeal as poor people food. All right, I get you. Yeah, just like even in Kenya, most of the people maybe coming from the rich parts, they will go for KFC and fast foods, you know. Yeah, there are people that also despise the local African food. So it happens everywhere. You guys in Kenya is a country that have all these military bases from Europe, France, USA, and Britain. Yeah, man, there's a lot of military bases in Kenya. I mean, in Africa. In Kenya, there is the British military base. Yeah, in Kenya, we have got the British one. A walk, you have to go to Jamaica. A straight flight from Africa to the Caribbean. Yeah, man. They were trying to make some straight flight from Africa to Caribbean. But right now, you must go through transit, right? Finger food, yes, but not wet food. Oh, so I'm made to understand. We've got, you know, you guys also teaching me. We have finger foods and, okay, like fries, like the things you just have to pick with your hands, right? But not all food. All right, I understand that. Yeah. But like in Africa, even rice, seeing somebody eating with their hands, it's normal, especially the Muslim community, those who are coming from the Muslim community, like everything is hands. Everything, even wet food, rice, everything is hands. Yeah. Shaolin, 100%. Oh, so you have just, okay. Hi, from Brooklyn, welcome. Peanut porridge, yeah, ling and lamb. Test our porridge. Yeah, you remember that video, ling and lamb, testing the Jamaican porridge? Yeah, so mostly I'm getting to understand that you use corn to make porridge, right? All right. Thank you very much for sharing your culture with me. And I'll be doing some activities going live just to show you how we do them, you know, like when I'm washing. How do you wash in Jamaica? Do you also wash the African style? Or I don't know if you've seen how Africans wash their clothes. Yeah, especially people who don't have washing machine. Just like where I stay, I don't have a washing machine because of the electricity bill, you know. Yeah, so I'm saving for the electricity bill. So most of the time I wash with my hands, you know. And I don't know if you people sometimes wash with your hands. Yeah, the same way, my brother. So you do it the same way. But I'll do it because there's a way I saw Indians. Indians, they beat the cloth on the stone, you know. I don't know if Jamaicans, you also touch the cloth and using your two hands, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Someone has told me the same way. So I was saying I'll be going live and showing you how we cook like hand wash, but a lot of people have washing machine. But a lot of people back home, they just use hand wash. In fact, where we stay, where you stay, or somebody said, I thought you know about Jamaica. Like I can't know 100%. There are things that you must also learn, just like me being in Kenya. There are things I still don't know about Kenya. Why? In Kenya, we are 43 tribes, and each and every tribe has got its culture. So there are things you are going to know about Kenya, but there are things, especially things that are deep in Kenya, you must have interacted with a particular tribe to know 100%. So, like Kenya is a very big country, a very big country. There are some areas, even if you're a Kenyan, you'll find yourself you've never visited, especially the most interior parts, Yeah, man. Somebody's asking, are you a Kisi? In Kenya, we have 43 tribes. I'm from the Luo tribe. Now, listen, in Kenya, we have 43 tribes. The tribe that I come from, it's called Luo. There is an opposition leader that died a few months ago in Kenya. Is also Luo. Now, Luos, in my language, to eat, you say nyam, which is a bit similar to Jamaica. The person that went to America, the father of Obama, also come from Luo. So the tribe that I come from, most of them, if we interact with the Luo, they have got some character similar to Jamaicans. Like the people that are from Luo are very proud. And sometimes in Kenya, people say we are too proud, we are too loud, we are too aggressive. So sometimes when I talk about that aspect, people think of Jamaica, I see my tribe. To nyam. In my tribe, I speak 3 languages: English, Swahili, and Luo. All right? So Swahili, English is taught in school. It's like the national language, For example, how you can communicate with other people, English. Swahili is the official language. So like almost all Kenyans speak Swahili. Then there is another language I speak. It's called Luo. Sometimes, I'll give you an example. When I'm with Dimwango and I'm speaking to my sister, Dimwango will not listen to what I'm speaking. I have to speak Swahili. When I'm with Wodemaya, okay, you see, when I'm with Wodemaya's wife, I don't know the tribe she's from, but I'll get to know. Maybe she might speak the language and we cannot get each other. So we have to speak Swahili. So different Kenyans have to speak Swahili to understand each other. And then now English is taught in school. Yeah. So somebody has asked me if I'm a Kisi. I said I'm a Luo. And if you Google about Luo, we tend to behave like Nigerians. And you can also see that aspect also in Jamaica. We are even most of the Luos are in opposition. We are seen as rebellious, my tribe, we are seen as rebellious. If you look at most of the people in opposition, when the government is not doing something right, Luos will always be there, and they are known as, so we are always being seen as aggressive people. That is called the Luo tribe. That's where I'm coming from. Yeah. Please tell us something. Please tell us something in your tribe language, please. Okay. I want to say, I'm going to eat, and I'm going to use nyam. Adi nyamo chiemo. I'm going to chew some food. Adi is to go. Adi nyamo chiemo. You get my point? That is Luo. Okay. In Luo, if you want to say wagwan, you say nango. Wagwan. Oh, somebody saying we thought that complicated straight patwa. Yeah. For example, if you want to say I'm talking to people from Caribbean, awoyo gijoma walk Caribbean. Okay, let me introduce myself in Luo. Nyinga and African walk. Sani awoyo YouTube. Tawoyo gijo Jamaica. Jo Jamaica o ngisane. Ngiswa gimoro gidho. Sani koro angiso gik moko gidhowa. Jamaicans, ahero wainya. That means I love you so much, Jamaicans. Jamaicans, ahero ainya. So I've tried speaking my language. Now that is not Swahili. That is not Swahili. Okay? Okay, for example, if you want to say, what's your name? English, you say, what's your name, right? In Swahili, you say, jina lako ni nani? Now, in the other language, I say, nyingi ngawa. So I have nyingi ngawa, that's my language. Swahili, jina lako ni nani? Then English, what's your name? Yeah, man. So somebody saying, African walk. What is the name of the place you visited in the countryside, Kenya? Oh, now the other side, that is called Makueni. Makueni. It is in the Kamba region. That is called Makueni. The other time I did live, right? That is called Makueni. Yeah. Oh, really, Nyam? Yeah. To Nyam is mind your bite your tongue. No. I can't bite my tongue, man. I'm used to. I'm used to. So, yeah. So it's easy for me to, the different languages. Yeah. Now we are hybrid, but it is interesting to learn about Kenya and the culture. Please tell us something in your tribe language. I did that. Yeah, we don't have tribes. We are just one people. Yeah, man. Now, the good thing that I love about Caribbean is that you don't have tribes. I mean, trust me, having different tribes, it's a blessing and it's a curse. Okay, it's a blessing because at least you have got different identity, but it's a curse because if you look at Africa, having a lot of tribes have made us to not develop to the level that we could have developed. Because, let me explain. During election, most of the people don't vote based on, competence. They vote based on their tribe mate. For example, I'm a Luo, and I'm going to pick somebody to lead us, to lead the nation. I go for my tribe, which is wrong. And so most of our leaders, they play the tribal politics. You get my point? Like, assume it. Take it this way. Assume Jamaica with 14 parishes. Let's say Manchester Parish, they speak Spanish. Let's say another parish, they speak French. Let's say another parish, they speak Italian. That is how Kenya is. So people will use their own language to convince people. So people tend not to vote on the competence basis, but they vote along tribal lines. So that is the worst thing. So Jamaicans, you not having tribes, it's a good thing because it also make you come together. Show country Kenya to us so we can understand about your country better. Thank you very much. I'm planning to always do some live, and when I'm doing live, I'll be going. I started the other time. This is the time I show you the countryside. You remember? So I'll be going to different parts and trying to go live. It's gonna be a good thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I promise. They say about Jamaican also that we're aggressive. Yeah. So in Kenya, the tribe that I come from, Luo tribe, they say we're aggressive, and even Barack Obama, the father's from Luo, yeah, man, and yeah. So if I talk a lot about my tribe in Kenya, they say you're very tribal. So let me go to the next topic. Mind you, bite your tongue. No. African walk, nakupenda. Oh, thank you very much. Nakupenda means I love you. So I think today I'll teach you that Swahili word. So everybody, when you meet a Kenyan or an African, because Swahili is spoken in very many countries, spoken in Kenya, spoken in Tanzania, some parts of South Africa, some parts of Congo, some parts of Burundi, some parts of Rwanda, and some part in the North Africa. In Somali, they also, some part they speak Swahili. So Swahili is widely spoken. When you meet an African who speaks Swahili, tell them nakupenda. Nakupenda means I love you. Nakupenda. Thank you very much. All right. They don't vote on policies, but vote on tribal lines. Yes. Many Africans, not only in Kenya, you go in Uganda, like the president in Uganda has been there more than 37 years. He has been there more than 37 years. But majority of the people voting are from his tribe. So in African politics, let's say, for example, let's say like in the United States of America, like Democrats and Republicans. I know there are very many black people who, and Latinos, and maybe Spaniards who associate with Democrats, you know. So there are people who will not even look at the policy of Democrats, but they're just going to vote for the party. Or there are people who never look at the policies of the Republican Party, but they'll just vote for the Republican Party, you know. So the same thing is happening in Africa. There are people who don't look at the policies. They you know, when the colonizer left, he divided us into tribes. So people always believe that if somebody who speaks the same Kenyan language with me becomes a president, then my community will benefit. Check what happened in Liberia. You remember? Yeah, people think if we can remove this tribe from power, then my tribe becomes powerful. So it is more of, in fact, like people talk of racism, like let's say in the US about racism. Now in Africa, there's also something even worse called tribalism. We might seem to love each other superficially. Like, yeah, we love each other, we vibe. But beneath, you know, like when you take a porridge, sometimes when porridge is cold up here, then there is a cover, then you drink that porridge, there is some hot porridge inside, which burn your mouth. Or have you ever taken a potato, then you chew the potato, and you thought the potato was cold. Now what's my point? In Africa, we've got tribes, and even during transatlantic slave trade, this is what used to happen. Tribes used to fight, you know, tribalism. So sometimes we seem to love each other superficially, but underneath there is a lot of hatred. Yeah, man. So there are even people who don't want to reveal their tribes in Kenya. There's somebody you'll ask him, what tribe are you? They'll not tell you. For example, my real name is Felix Omolo. Now that's my Kenya name, Felix Omolo. Okay, Omolo signifies the tribe I am from. So it's easy for somebody to know my tribe with my second name. So nowadays, what happens in Kenya, we've got people who don't name their children the African names. Why? Because it also makes them to be vulnerable where there is tribalism. So you'll find somebody in Kenya, maybe it's called Kenneth James, or even Kishen Tom, or even Mercy Catherine, you know, English names, just to avoid tribalism, because tribalism is very big in Africa and Kenya, and is really bad, you know. Yeah, man. These Kenyan are all devices. I don't know what that means, but maybe you can explain it again. I've seen devices. African Walk, I learned that from Claudia Walks. She's a Kenyan content creator. Oh, you learned about tribalism? She explained about it, right? Yeah, it happened. But I'm not saying there is hatred, especially during politics. When the people want power, now hatred begins. Or let's say you go to a particular area, then you start your business, then your business becomes big and you're not speaking their language. People now tend to hate you. Yeah, man. The way you love Jamaica, you might have to get a Jamaican wife if you're not already married. Yeah, man. I'll not mind getting a Jamaican wife. You know, why not? You know, why not? Just like jump to her, my Jamaican brother who has a Jamaican wife, a Kenyan wife, and now, you know, he has done crossbreeding, you know, and you know, getting a Jamaican wife means even the offsprings are gonna have the Jamaican genes. It's a good idea, you know. Yeah, man, I welcome that idea. All right. So they don't vote on policy base, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I get time today, I'm gonna do some live if I'm cooking, and I'll show you. I'll be doing it in the kitchen. Where I live, it's a one-bedroom house. I'm in the sitting room. There is the bedroom over there. There is the kitchen. So if I get some time today when I'm cooking, I might go live and show you how we cook the Kenyan ugali. I know you've seen it, but maybe I'll now do it to see how we do it. And somebody also suggested do some videos show us different parts of Kenya. I'll be doing that, going live, different places, like even this building. Another time I'll be doing some videos on the rooftop just to show the panoramic view of Kenya. That's a good idea, because also showing you different parts of Kenya will make you understand it better. And the best way is to go live, because live allows like a long time coverage of video, right? African Walk, I think that is sad, because it is just separating and dividing our people and holding back. Yeah, it's a sad thing. I'm not lying to you. Tribalism is a sad thing. Do you know, even marriages, we marry from other tribes, but most of the people marry from within their own tribes. Yeah, so it brings a lot of division. Yeah, it brings a lot of division. It is something that is very bad, but unfortunately, our politicians are using it. That's why anytime when somebody says your ancestors sold us, I don't feel good, because even now, we have people who are not good. You get my point? Even right now, we have people who are still tribal. We have people who just hate you because they're not from their tribe. It's happening right now. You get my point? So my point is, in any moment in a society, you'll always find good people and bad people. So even if we go back, when my brothers and sisters were sold, even that time we had good people and bad people. Number one, those who were sold were good people. Those who sold them were bad people. And we also have those who ran away, you know? So it's a bad thing, especially in Africa. Look at South Africa. Julius Malema can never be voted. They only vote the ANC people. It's also affected South Africa. You might have good policy, but you cannot be voted. So if we leave tribalism, it's gonna be a good thing. Look at Nigeria. Nigeria's got over 300 languages. Imagine. Kenya 43. Nigeria over 300 languages. I hope I will be home. I don't want to miss it. All right. Oh, so you're saying you want me to go live today when I'm cooking? Hope you'll be home. All right. What is the best time that most of you are home? You know? Yeah. Yeah, because today I might cook ugali and maybe some, yeah, I might do something. Right? Yeah, today I might cook. African Walk, Kenya is absolutely beautiful and the people are very friendly. Of course, very friendly. And I've also said tribalism comes during election. You know, during elections, just like in Jamaica, PNP, JLP, I'm sure that people are always, you know, that time, people are always, you know, politics brings emotions. That's why even I normally don't talk about politics, because I understand people have got different political affiliation. So during elections, that time tribalism is high. But all in all, we are very friendly people. Very friendly people. But during election, because, you know, politics is about power. You know, this community want to control. But all in all, it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, and different cultures. Yeah. Like in Kenya, we don't have like a Kenyan culture. You know, each and every tribe have got their own culture. Like we don't have, even in Africa, we don't have a particular African culture. That is the biggest misconception people think. Nigerians have their own culture, different from Ghanaians, different from Kenya, different. You know, we might have some similarities, even in Kenya. Sometimes there are things you see and you're shocked. Because like after we have 43 tribes, we've got some tribes that are in the most interior parts. You've got to drive like 400 miles, imagine. So there's a very big difference in our cultures. African Walk, Kenya is absolutely beautiful and the people are friendly. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 minutes to 2 hours. I think we're gonna end this live in the next 10 minutes. So right now, let me just respond to the questions. And today, I've said, if I get time, maybe the next 2 hours or 3 hours, I will cook some ugali. You definitely needed a Jamaican wife. I will be very happy for you, coming from a Jamaican living in Canada. Don't bring your tribalism to Jamaica. Of course, I wouldn't like to bring tribalism, because tribalism is a very bad thing. It is something that has also taken us back. We should have taken it as a way of celebrating our diversity. But in Africa, we don't do that. And actually, me seeing Jamaica, like they say, out of many, one people, that is a very good thing, you know. And number two, as also not, it wouldn't be easy to bring tribalism in Jamaica because they speak one language, you know. Yeah, even in Africa, like in Kenya, they have used our differences in language to divide us. And the fact that I see you're one people, it makes me admire that, you know. But the problem is that we are already tribal. We can only try to advise the younger generation not to be tribal. That's why I said sometimes, even in Africa, we've got parents who are not even naming their kids the African name. They're just giving them names that will not make them vulnerable to where tribalism is. Somebody said, African walk, I agree that politics is too dividing and polarizing. Of course, even right now, because the elections are next year, people have already started, you know, and unfortunately, not everybody is reasoning at an intellectual level. Remember, we have 50 million people, you know. In this population, we also have those who are not educated, you know. In this population, we have those who are educated, but still they want to push the tribal, you know, the tribal card, you know. So it's not only in Kenya. You go to Tanzania, like North Africa have no tribalism because North Africa, they're Arabs, so they speak one language, you know. North Africa have no tribalism, but the sub-Saharan, like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, these other nations have tribalism, you know, and it's very bad. It's polarizing. Yeah, man. Bless up yourself. Bless up too, man. Kenya, we love you. Ono 2 maximum. Thank you very much. Don't bring tribalism. I've said that. And somebody said that it would be very happy for me to get a Jamaican wife. He's a Jamaican living in Canada. Yeah, we are trying to be one people and come together. Despite, you know, you have to go 6 hours, like speed or walk. Yeah, I can go 6 hours, but that one I'll do it. I have the energy. You know, bro. I've got the Jamaican spirit, the Caribbean spirit, the African spirit. I can do that when I'm on a tour. Like if I'm outside talking to people, working with, yeah, that one is possible. That one is possible because if I've done 2 hours seated, bro, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the power. Yeah, I can do that. You have to go 6 hours like speed. All right, like in the next 2 hours, what tribe you come from? Somebody's asking what tribe I come from. I said before, I am a Luo, from the Luo tribe. I speak Luo. And I said in Luo, what I realized is similar with Jamaica is to eat. In Luo, we say nyam. Nyam. In my language, to eat food, you say nyam. Yeah, so I come from the Luo tribe. Obama, you know Obama's father. Or those of you who are watching movie, there's a lady called Lupita Nyong'o. She's also a Hollywood actress. She comes from that tribe. Yeah, we have 43 tribes. Yeah, different tribes. But we use Swahili to bring us together. But unfortunately, sometimes you can be in a meeting and, yeah, Odinga tribe. Oh, you know Odinga? Yeah, Odinga tribe. Luo and Igbo, yes. Luo and Igbo have a lot in common. I told you before, my tribe and Nigerians, we've got a lot in common. Even here, I've got Nigerian neighbors and I get along with them. Even there's a Nigerian friend who came and asked me, are you from Ivory Coast? He thought I was from another country. And I told him, no, I'm from Kenya. He said, no, the way you talk to us, man, you talk to us. Yeah, I told him, yeah, like the Luo people in Nigerian, the Igbo, we've got some common. In fact, if you look at the Igbo names and our names are more similar. There is a place in Nigeria, it's called Kano. There is a place in Luo land called Kano. There is a, you see the way Nigerians name, like in my tribe, like Sean is called Sean Arwa. My other sister is called Lynn Alwaj. In Nigeria, you'll find Chinua Achebe, maybe in Ghana, Nana Akawot. Yeah. So my tribe, we are also related with the West Africans. We are told we also migrated from there. During that time, you know, Africa was one. So we used to migrate from there. Blessings and enough love. So ladies and gentlemen, and all the people who are also joining, what steps have you taken to real Jamaican? Been too long. What steps have you taken to real or Jamaica? Is he saying what steps have I taken to come to Jamaica or what? I think that's what he's asking. I said before you joined that to reach Jamaica. Yes, I was to come to Jamaica this year April, around April or June, July. Like that was my timeline. But the things that happened that I'll explain later. So definitely late this year or early next year, because I've got to also plan, the financial aspect and different other things. I had started putting some things into place, but the things that happened. If you're keen, you can remember there's a time I was not online that much. Yeah, so there are things that, destroyed the plan, but hopefully at the end of this year or early next year. Hello, from Jamaica living in Florida. Just want to say how much I love and appreciate your post and your love for Jamaica. Thank you. Hopefully I will see you later. Yeah, man. Hopefully you'll see me. Every year is next year, but probably next year Igbos are not Nigerian. They are Biafra. Yeah, if you're deep. Yeah, every year is next year, but this year was the year that I was planning. But we are almost going to the mid of the year. So hopefully the end of the year or early next year, when everything is ready, I will let you know. I am just saying. About Biafra, yeah man. African walk, that is very interesting to know that Nyam is also used in your tribal language. Yeah, Nyam, Nyam. But some people misuse the word Nyam, It is to eat food. But sometimes if you say it, the people who, sometimes some people are, bad-minded. Yeah, man. Is there a large number of people in your country that are interested in Jamaica? Yeah, of course. And meaning interested like to come or interested in Jamaicans or interested in Jamaican culture. What I know, many people are interested in Jamaican culture. A few days ago, there's a lady friend of mine. I was talking to her and she mentioned about jack chicken, oxtail, When you normally walk around, you will see Jamaican flag all over. If you like in the public transport, you will see Jamaican flag, Jamaican artist. So yeah, there's a Jamaican vibe in Kenya. So many people are interested in Jamaica. And Thursdays in Kenya, we have a reggae night, yeah man. And you see Jamaican colors, that people are even printing shirts with Jamaican colors to do that business. So the Jamaican interest in Kenya, it's existing. Yeah. Nyam is very much Jamaican as well. Oh, yeah. Nice to know. So ladies and gentlemen, we are almost reaching 2 hours because I said I was going to end it at 2 hours. I normally say I love talking to you people, so I've not even realized I took 2 hours. I didn't think I was going to take 2 hours, but I've promised in the next maybe 3 hours or 2 hours, when I'm cooking, I might go live. I might go live and show you how we cook the ugali. The ugali. Yeah, I don't know if you also do it the Kenyan style, but after I've done it, I'll see on the comment section if you also do it that way. So today I might cook. One day I might also wash, and I'm also planning when I go outside, I can go live, especially also when I go with my Jamaican friend to show you the real estate in Kenya. I'll also go live. Yeah, man. Mr. Nelson 231, thank you. Yeah, for the token, man, I appreciate. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. I'll use that to ensure that I nyam some food, Yeah, big up, appreciate. Yes, the transportation in Kenya, decorated with Jamaican artists and playing reggae dance music is on a different level. Yeah. And that shows you how big Jamaica is. For somebody, there's even a bus that is traded in Kenya. You've seen it, a bus called Jamaica. Somebody just decorated Jamaican colors. Yeah. Other islands are against us because you guys don't talk about other islands. Somebody said that other islands are against us because you guys don't talk about other islands. Most of us have known Caribbean or the Caribbean geographical location better through the eyes of Jamaica. And even if you come to Kenya and you say you need a Caribbean food or you are going to a Caribbean event, Just ask somebody, you're going to a Caribbean event. Somebody will know that it's about dancehall and reggae. And you know, get my point? Yeah. So most of the islands are not much known to Africans the way Jamaican is known. You know, today if you tell, like, there are people, when you say like Caribbean lady, they know it's a Jamaican lady. A Caribbean man, they know it's a Jamaican man. So I would say it's also not the fault of Jamaica for us to know Jamaica much, but Jamaica is widely known. You know, even famous people, like, let's say Rihanna in Barbados. That is the person people know who comes from Barbados. If you ask most of the Africans, apart from Rihanna, they can't tell another person. Or let's say Nicki Minaj in her country, right? She's from Trinidad, right? That is the only person Africans will tell you they know that is coming from that island nation. But now when it comes to Jamaica, they'll tell you almost all the artists, you know? They tell about Popcorn, they tell about Vibes, they tell about Conscious, they tell about Busy Signal, they tell about Peter Tosh, they tell about Bob Marley, they tell about Shansea. You told me Shansea, you know? So somebody saying tribalism at play. It is not tribalism at play per se, but let's be honest. Today, if you ask people to mention top athletes from the Caribbean, let's be honest. Do you know there are people who don't know Julian Alfred? There are people who don't know Julian Alfred. But there are people who know Shelley Ann. There are people who know Usain Bolt. There are people who know Kishen Thompson. So it's not about tribalism per se, but it's about people who have made themselves to be known, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so it's not about tribalism. It's about the people who also set the trend. Let me give you a good example. A few days ago, what did Jamaica do in Africa? They set record. You know, somebody is saying, I challenge you to name 10 other Caribbean islands. All right, I'm gonna name it. A few days ago, we've got people, Jamaicans who came to Africa, world relay, right? Jamaica came top of the table. Already they've made themselves famous. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. You are explaining very, yeah. Jamaican came on top of the table. Jamaican twins, they've even come to Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, Tia Clayton and Tina Clayton. You know, Jamaica broke a record that was held by Canada in the Caribbean. Tell me which country did that. It is Jamaica. A record that was held by Canada. Who did it? That was Jamaica. Yes? That record, they again broke it again. Ellen Thompson, the world has been talking about her. She has held the position of the fastest woman in the world. Now, what is happening is that people will always associate with what they see, with who they hear. Like in Africa, many people, they know Davido and Burna Boy from Nigeria. I'm sure there are people who don't know Kenyan artists. I will not feel bad today if I see, you know, Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido. Why? They are big. They have made their name. If Sean Arwa can visit, so can you. Wewe ni mvivu sana. Mvivu means you're very lazy. No. I said, I'll explain. Something happened. Yeah, he's trying to speak Swahili. Big up yourself, man. He has told me, mimi ni mvivu. Okay. Somebody challenged me to mention 10 Caribbean islands. Let me start. And most definitely, I'm going to start with Jamaica. Then we have Trinidad and Tobago. That is 2. We have St. Lucia. We have Bahamas. We have Barbados. We have Dominica. And Dominica, that is, we have 2 Dominicas, right? But let me just, I'll just mention one. We have Dominica. We have Haiti. We have Antigua. You know, we have Cuba. Is Cuba part of it? You know, we have, I've mentioned Bahamas and Barbados, right? We have, is it Tacos? There's this country called, okay, let me not mention that. We have Aruba. There is a country called Aruba. Is it Aruba? We have Grenada. Yes, somebody said Cuba. So those are 10, right? Or let me start again. And please count. 1, I start with Jamaica. 2, St. Lucia. 3, Trinidad and Tobago, right? 4, Haiti. 5, Barbados, right? I said Grenada, right? 6. I said Cuba, right? I said Antigua. I said Grenada. I said Aruba. Is it called Aruba? Teach them about the other. Yeah, and also, you know, teaching somebody the also Saint Dominica. Is it? There is one that they speak French. There is one that they speak Spanish, right? Cuba is Jamaica's closest neighbor. Yeah, somebody has told me Cuba is Jamaica's closest neighbor. There is one they speak Spanish and one they speak right? Also, there is this country, I forgot about it. Yeah, man. But my point is, you see, what makes a country known? What makes a country known? You must do something for you to be known, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you must, like US is known to be a superpower, you know? Yeah, so it is not even about tribalism when people favor Jamaica. Like, even if I don't favor Jamaica, somebody else will. That is the that is the point I'm trying to say. Somebody else will. Yeah, Anguilla, Martinique, yeah. Martinique, Puerto Rico, Curacao, Bonaire, etc. Yeah. Thank you very much. Even if Haiti and Dominican Republic, French and Spanish. Yeah, Haiti. But I'm saying Saint Dominica. We have got, like, are they two? We have Saint Dominica and Saint Dominica Republic. Right? So my point is, it is not tribalism per se. You know, today, tell me which Caribbean artist, I will never stop loving my Akan, Igbo, Gambia, Luo, Shona, Uganda. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's nice. And I love that, man. Tell me which Caribbean artists come to perform in Kenya. Right now, Spice, the dancehall queen, she's in Uganda. Have you seen what she's done to Uganda? So when you say that it's tribalism, we're favoring Jamaica, no. Do you know the dancehall queen is in Uganda? She has gone to visit street kids in Uganda. You saw that? The Jamaican dancehall queen. Look at what she's doing in Uganda. She's advertising Jamaica, and that's why you'll find people are leaning towards Jamaica. Yesterday, politicians called her. I'll share that video. And they said what Spice has done to them is very good. She did not only come to perform, but she has decided to go to different parts. She's promoting local tourism. You know, she's promoting the local tourism in Uganda. So at the end of the day, Ugandans will fall in love with Jamaica. Why? Because what Jamaica is doing. So the Jamaican presence in Africa, we can't deny, is big. African Tigress is locating here. Bro, you need to find your way here. Yeah, true. I saw her videos. She's been trying. Yeah. And with time, I will surprise you. I'm not Vivu. You say that in Swahili. Yeah. Or you told me to mention some, I'm proud of you, how well you know the islands. Yeah, man. So there's some islands that are, you know, like I told you, like Barbados. Because of Rihanna also, you'll always want to know. Yeah. Bless up. I have a Gambian husband. Oh, nice. So, as a Jamaican was said, she has a Gambian husband. That is what you have to do as a people. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to end the live. Then today, I'm gonna, like in the next 3 hours, if it's possible, if you are willing, I can do a live if I'm cooking the Kenyan food. What do you think? African Tigress is settling in countryside in Kenya, which is where I want to be. Yeah, like I told you, many people from St. Vincent, St. Lucia, right? Like I told you, Many people from Caribbean always love the countryside. Yeah, you remember even that day I went live, it was countryside. Countryside gives you that Caribbean vibe. Tribal war, we don't want none of that. Yeah, man, tribal wars, they're very bad. Look at what's even happening in South Africa. You know, yeah, they look at others and not their tribes. So you're right. We don't want that. And I love the Cameroonian top. Bless you. Yeah, thank you very much. I love the Cameroonian top. Yeah, I love it because of the yellow and you know, yeah. So the Caribbean is a special place. Of course, you know, even the geographical, the way Caribbean is, the view, it's a wonderful place. So ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be going live when I'm cooking. In the next 2 hours, I'll be doing it in the kitchen. So hopefully, if you are so glad I caught you live, I've enjoyed your many posts about Jamaica. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. So in the next 2 hours, I'll be going live. Allow me to end right now because I'm engaging you and I love that. And if I don't stop, I'll just find myself not stopping. So in the next 2 hours, I'll be doing one. Tribal war is no good, but do not deny your tribe. Do not base yourself on just a color. Yeah, I said earlier, we are supposed to use tribe to appreciate our diversity. You know, just like you go, you find somebody is speaking Spanish, he's a Latino, he's speaking Italian. We appreciate that. So we as a people, we should use that to come together, but not to separate ourselves. Because when Marcus Garvey said that a people without the true knowledge of the history is like a tree without its roots. So we should know our roots, but we shouldn't use that to divide ourselves. So ladies and gentlemen, let me end there. I was just trying to analyze what you saw. Now this is Speed still, is in Kingston, downtown Kingston. Yeah. So I was just analyzing yesterday's show of Speed. Jamaican in Zambia, hi, how are you doing? I was analyzing Speed's content in Jamaica, and many people have told me that it was one of the best. So ladies and brab, big up Jamaican every time. Yeah, man. So let's see, in the next 2 hours, I'll be going live cooking and showing you how we cook the ugali. I'll be doing live in the kitchen in the next 2 hours. I'm doing great and I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I'm doing great, I'm doing fine. Yeah, me a Chris, everything a Chris. Yeah, man. Me, I'm doing good. If I know Patwa, guys, if I know Patwa, I'll be great. Anyway, More, thank you guys for the question. And all the people who have commented, I take your criticism positively. And it's an open forum. I believe that we are brothers and sisters, and we have to understand each and every person's perspective, because we must not allow, a point where we bring dictatorship. And all the positive criticism and even the things you told me I should work on, I'm going to take them positively. And I love you all. I appreciate you all. Until next time, maybe the next 2-3 hours, I'll be live cooking. I'll be cooking the local meals. So we'll see how it's going to go. All right. Maximum love and respect, African walk. Every time, every moment. I true that. Yeah, man. Let me say a little more. And I told you before that when I learned Patois, me I talk to me mother, me I talk to me father, me grandpa, them picnic, them people, me I teach them Patois, Yeah, man. I wanted to continue, but it's not easy. But one day I will. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye. May God bless you. God bless Jamaicans. God bless those from Trinidad, Bahamas, Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Curacao, Bahamas, Barbuda, is it Bermuda or something like that? Puerto Rico, Cuba, may God bless you. Until next time, one love. Bless up yourself, my brother. Respect you, my brother. We are one. Of course, we are one. Let me end it, then I'll be back in the next 3 hours when I'm cooking. Goodbye.